How's it going, everybody? Today I am here to proudly present my zombie drowned farm. I want to throw in a quick disclaimer about this farm, is that it is not meant to be the best or most efficient. I built this farm to look cool and be entertaining in the way that the zombies are moved. So, let's just jump right into it. The materials you'll need to follow along are light blue and white concrete, light blue stained panes, light blue stained glass, and these materials are building blocks and can be changed out for any solid blocks of your choice. Next up, we will need some blue ice that can be interchanged for any other solid block. You will need sea lanterns for decorative light sources, and a bunch of quartz slabs. 2 of them are necessary to run the farm. Be sure to have easy access to water so you can fill up the farm. And you will need 5 signs to control the water flow. Next up, you'll need 2 blocks of soul sand and 1 magma block to manipulate your bubble columns. Last but not least, you'll need a minimum of 1 hopper and 1 chest. You can put as many as you want to expand on your storage system in your world until your heart's content. With the materials list done, let's go ahead and jump right into things. First, we need to start on the floor. So it is important to determine where your spawner is. You want 1, 2, 3 blocks of space in between your spawner and the floor. Now you'll need a 9 by 9 area for the floor. I have an 11 by 11 wall area. This is where our wall blocks will go. But for now, let's fill this in. It's going to be a 9 by 8 space of this blue ice. Now the blue ice I don't think it works very well for pushing along entities, or mob entities I should say, but I think it looks fantastic and I like the way it looks. So I am putting it in for that reason alone. It does not help for pushing, mobs or, non-hostile creatures along. It only works for items, as I can see at the time. Now, with that said, this is where you want to determine which way you want your zombies to flow. Now, I have them flowing this direction. That's where you'll have 8. If I fill this in, it would be a perfect 9 by 9, but I want them to flow this way, so it'll be 8 blocks that way. And this is because water flows 8 blocks. It does not flow any farther. So let's go ahead and put up some walls. And there we have it, guys. We got walls and a ceiling. Now, a quick recap. These walls are 6 high, and this is a 9 by 9 room with the blue ice being a 9 by 8. The 8 being in the direction of which you want your zombies to be pushed. And with all that said, we need to go ahead, put a slab on top of the spawner. That way, no entities can spawn on top of said spawner. If they did, they would kind of just stand there and they would lower the productivity of the spawner. So next, I want to go ahead and put some ice on this level. This is where the zombies will be pushed to. I like the look of just the packed ice and the blue ice underneath water. I think it just looks really nice, and that is the reasoning of why I do it on this farm. It is not to help push entities along, but just an aesthetic. So we will need water in each corner down here, and then 1 right in the middle. You can determine middle by your spawner. This will push all your zombies to 2 central locations. You could do 1 central location, but I am more going for aesthetics than for, practical reasons. I want it to look really cool, having 2 zombie columns going up, flinging them into the air, and then sucking them down, turning them into drowns. I think that is going to be really neat, instead of just 1 center column and coming back down, drowning them. Now you could do that by all means. This will not harm you in any way. I am just going for aesthetics. Like I said earlier, this is meant to be a fun farm, not a productive farm. So next, if we see here, we can go ahead, build out our area. Let's go ahead, place 2 more bits of ice right here. Then we will come out just a tad bit to right about there. Now, this is where your zombies will come out. They will come to here. So we need to grab some soul sand. Place a block right there. And we will just go ahead and mirror all of this on this other side. I'm only going to do one column, then I will copy it off screen. So but you have your soul sand here. You want to go ahead and build up your area. I am going to make this all nice and decorative, but all these blocks can be whatever block you decide. These are just the ones that I like to use. So we're going to just pretty much just build up one single bubble column. You will need over the blue ice, you'll go up 1, 2, and then place your block. This will keep them from, this will funnel them into the water stream. So if we grab some signs, I'm just giving you a minute to read that. Now let's go ahead, place some signs on the wall, like so. This will keep any water that we want in. Let's go ahead and grab another water bucket. And there's your bubble column. Now from here we are just going to go straight up. And we're just going to mimic all this all the way up. So once you have your bubble column coming all the way up, you want it one below the ceiling of where your last block is. This is where we are going to start pushing them over. Now if we put a water bucket like so, you'll see that they'll drop all the way down to here. And that's exactly what you want. So this is where you need to be, times 2. Alright, once you get both of your bubble columns in, you will have this nice little stream that pushes them from both sides straight down the middle. And after that, we can go ahead and go 3 up with glass. And then we can add a nice ring of slabs around the top. Then let's put in some sea lanterns in the corners, just for aesthetic reasons, and just to make it look nice. And after we do that, we can go ahead and place some panes right over top here. This can be any block you want, but this is here so that when the zombies get, shot out of the bubble column, they don't land up here on the slabs. It is very rare that they do, but the bubble columns can shoot them up 4 blocks high, and they can land, just semi right here on the slabs and, well, jump down and kill you. So it is important that you have some form of block up here to prevent them from flinging out. Next up on the list is making it so that it pulls them down. Now, you're going to go 3 from the bottom. So you have 1, 2, 3. And then you'll go up 1, 2, glass. And you'll fill up to there with glass. Now before that, actually, we're going to want to make all of this solid water. You're going to want to leave this one, because we don't want this a solid block. So right here where I have my white column, this is where you're going to want all solid water blocks. You can do this in multiple ways. You can use seaweed, or you can just fill in with water. I prefer the water bucket, it is much easier, but your options are to you. So let's go down 1, 2. This will, if you are a zombie, this will push you straight over and down. Is exactly what we want. So let's go ahead and build up with some glass blocks here. Like so. And here, let's go ahead, fill this in with our coordinating blocks. And let's block the water for temporary. Let's swing around, grab a hopper and a chest, and let's go ahead, break out all of this area around it. We are going for aesthetics here, so just like so. We can put in our chest, throw in our hopper, like so. That was just a shift click, by the way, aiming into the hopper. Give it a quick test. Boom. And there you go. We have this all set up. Next is the simple part. Let's just go ahead and fill this in like so. And let's take a slab right there and right there. This will, and take out the water. This is where your last sign will go, is right in line with the magma block. We'll throw that right there. This way, they will fall, or they'll get pushed, and they'll fall in. Now you will need 2 more blocks of water. You'll need a block there and a block there. This will let them drop in, turn into drowns, and if you didn't have the sign, they would just swim up all the way back to the top because then they can ignore the bubble columns for some reason. So let's go ahead, throw it back in our glass, and there we go. That is pretty much it. Now I like to go ahead, like I did over there, is I dropped the floor to this level. That way, when I take my sword, I can swing, hit them easy, and collect the items in the chest. Another cool thing that I did, or thought I should say, is while I'm standing here killing them, you know, all their items will be collected into here. You will be getting gold, iron, and a lot of rotten flesh. So I went ahead and thought, why not use the rotten flesh to get emeralds? That way you can have gold, iron, and emeralds. So why not go ahead, throw a cleric right next to the farm. Now this might take a little maneuvering on your part if you're in a survival world, but I think it's totally worth it. I'm going to end up building this exact same thing in my single player series. So if you want to go ahead and watch me do it all in survival, that video will be coming shortly, probably in the next week or so. Obviously there are better trades than 39 rotten flesh for an emerald, but you are getting a ton. So, you know, what's, boom, emerald. You know, it's an easy source right next to your farm, and you know, it's a little fun. I like it. I think it turned out really nice. Now be sure that when you are killing these guys, you can use any sword you want, but there are better ones than others. So on this one I have Smite 5, Looting 3, Unbreaking 3, Sweeping Edge 3, and Mending. These will always give you the best available for getting your loot, and for you not having to stand here and swing 1,000 times. It kills them in 2 hits, and you just sit here, collect your XP, and you're on your merry way. And with all that said, guys, I hope that everybody enjoyed this video. I put in quite a bit of work into it, and if you want to see more content like this, please be sure to leave a like, and make sure to subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications so that every time I release, you're the first ones to see it. Until next time, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Bye!